Hi everyone, it's almost time for NaNoWriMo, and I thought that I'm going to do this post on a Monday instead of on a Friday because I want to give you enough time to implement my advice if you decide that it's actually sensible to you. What this advice is about is planning ahead for NaNoWriMo. I'm literally talking about planning your life ahead in order to give yourself the maximum amount of time needed for NaNoWriMo so that you have a big chance of actually winning. With this in mind, I'm going to give you 5 of my best suggestions, and I hope that you guys will find it helpful. Number 1, set your strategy. To win NaNoWriMo, you have to write an average of 1,667 words per day. If you have fewer days available in November, you are going to need to up your daily average, otherwise you won't be writing enough every day and you're going to come up short. And if you know this ahead of time, you can make the decision now. You can figure out how you're going to distribute your daily word count targets in order to make sure you actually make it to 50,000 words by the 30th. Tip number 2, clear your schedule as much as possible. In a perfect world, you'd be able to just open up the entire month of November and dedicate it only to writing. But it's not a perfect world, and you're going to find that there are millions of distractions and other drains on your time that will be keeping you away from your writing. So what you want to do here is to decrease those distractions as far as you possibly can. Postponing anything you can to other dates, and if you have to set a date for something, try to make sure that you set it for after the 1st of December. If you have something due in the first week of November, try to do it in this week so that it can be finished and you don't have to worry about it while you're writing, because you need to write as much as possible in the first week of Nano. Also, find a way to let go of your TV schedule. It sounds silly, but TV is an incredible drain on your time, and if you are going to have that moment of, but XYZ is on, you're going to write less. So set up a schedule, make sure you record everything ahead of time, and watch those things later when you have more time, or if you made your daily word count target as a reward. Just don't get so stuck on something like TV that you're not able to actually write the amount that you're supposed to be writing. Tip number 3, tell your friends and family that you're doing NaNoWriMo. And of course, do explain to them what NaNoWriMo is, because if they don't write themselves, odds are they've never heard of it. The point of telling them is that if they try to distract you with, okay, let's go drink coffee, then you can say, no, sorry, I can't, I still have 2,000 words to write today. It makes it easier for you to stand firm on your writing time and say, this is when I'm supposed to be writing, because people should understand that. And some people won't, but that does in a sense tell you who of your friends are really the important ones to keep, because they're the ones that are going to be supporting you in realizing your goal of writing a book. Obviously, I'm not asking you to turn into a hermit. I'm just saying that if writing is as important to you as it is to me, you might want to make sure that you prioritize your writing, and that maybe sometimes going out with your friends could wait until a bit later. Most people in your life will be perfectly fine with this as long as they know exactly how important NaNoWriMo is to you. And NaNoWriMo should be important to you, because if you are going to approach it with a, okay, I'm just going to see how far I get, you're not going to win. Tip number 4, decide on your priorities and set out a dedicated writing time every day, and make sure that you don't double book. It would be helpful if you actually already know how fast you write, because then you can decide if you have to write, for example, the 1,667 words. You will know how long that's going to take you. If it takes you an hour, you know that you have to block out an hour every day, whether it's in a single writing session or in multiple writing sessions, but you have to get to an hour in total. Maybe you want to do more, but the point is that you have to schedule that into your day, because otherwise that hour can disappear like mist before the sun. You won't know where you're going to get your writing time from. And this is something that people always talk about. Oh, I just never have the time! Actually, those of us who actually finish books, we finish books because we literally make time to write. We decide that writing is a high priority right after probably taking care of your children and going to work and earning a salary and maybe breathing and then maybe food. And right after that, that's writing. But basically, we decide that writing is a priority and that we have to make time to do it. If you're going to do NaNoWriMo especially, it's very important that you do make time, because if you are just going to say, well, I'm going to write when I have time, and you don't actually give yourself that little block in your schedule, it just creates a situation where you just never have time, and then you're going to get to the end of the month and say, well, I just never had time to write. But really what you could have done was open up your schedule. Again, by, for example, cutting down on your TV watching time, and also by doing the following. Tip number 5, sort out your social media. This is something that people don't realize, but social networking takes up an impossibly huge amount of our daily lives. If you think about going through your, let's say, Facebook feed and how long it takes you to go through it, you can spend hours doing that. And if you get trapped by going onto it for a quick check-in and then scrolling for an hour, that is an hour you could have spent actually writing. Either schedule posts ahead if it's important to you, for example, if you're a writer that has to market things, or if it's not important, just put your entire social networking on hiatus. Just let everyone know you are doing Nano, you won't be online for the entire month. They can call you or mail you or whatever if they need something important, but otherwise they won't see you, so that they don't send the police after you because you vanished. But make sure that you make the plan ahead of time, because you don't want to be fussing around with your social networking while you're supposed to be writing. Those are my biggest tips. Do you think I missed anything? Let us know in the comments, because maybe your bit of advice is going to be the thing that makes or breaks someone else's NaNoWriMo for them. Best of luck with NaNoWriMo. I really hope that we're all going to make it to the end with a win. Thanks for watching. Bye bye!